Hey, what's up? It's your guy, El Selector. I'm back at it again. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about the Toronto Raptors and the new Coach of the Year of the 2019-2020 NBA season, Nick Nurse. So basically, for those who don't know, it was announced about 24 hours ago that Nick Nurse was going to be the 2019-2020 NBA Coach of the Year, the coach of the Toronto Raptors. So he's in company with three other Raptors who actually have won that award. Some of the names are Sam Mitchell, Dwayne Casey, and now Nick Nurse. Three guys in the history of the Toronto Raptors. Raptors have a long history, and within that time frame, they only have three Coach of the Year. So salute to Nick Nurse. Honestly, he's went through a lot of trials and tribulations. For those who don't know, like with last season, the Toronto Raptors did win the NBA Finals. So what happened there was, after the season, Raptors celebrated, they had a great championship run, and then afterwards, what happened next was two of their top players actually have left, with Danny Green going to the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Finals MVP and Kawhi Leonard going to the Los Angeles Clippers. So basically, Nick Nurse was playing with the same players, virtually the same team, but their two main component players actually have left. So what happened next was Nick Nurse was forced to basically play with those guys that he had there. A lot of people didn't have a lot of expectations for the Toronto Raptors, so a lot of people were like, "Oh, these guys are out of here. They're gonna get eliminated in the first round. They might not even make the playoffs." But what happened next was the Toronto Raptors ended up becoming second in the Eastern Conference, and they're looking like contenders. They're possibly, a lot of people, a lot of analysts are saying Toronto Raptors will win the NBA championship in the 2020 season, 2019-2020. So this is a big accomplishment for Nick Nurse. He's basically overachieving, because if you look at the roster that they have, they're not the best roster out there on paper. But what he was able to get, the players that were left over from that championship roster, such as Lowry and Siakam and Van Fleet and Norman Powell, and players like Gasol and all of them. And basically what he was able to do was he was able to grab these guys and build around them, and basically they added new players to the bench mob. So he had several players that were new incoming players from the bench mob, and he was able to let them compete for backup minutes, and they were going to get key minutes. And basically from there, what next was he was able to implement them with the starting lineup, and he built chemistry around that team, and now they're able to go out there and perform. So Nick Nurse is an excellent coach. He has a great coaching background. He's coached in places like Britain, the G League. He won a championship in the G League as well. So for those who don't know, the G League is like the minor leagues for the NBA. And the Toronto Raptors, which is the Raptors 905, they won the G League title. So Nick Nurse has been a coach who's coached all over the world. He also coaches the Canadian national team as well. And there's high expectations for that Canadian national team, because everybody knows a lot of players come from Canada now. Before, a lot of players were coming from markets like New York City, but now Canada has more players in the NBA from Canada than New York City does from the state of New York. So that's a great thing for Canadian basketball as a whole. So Nick Nurse is coaching the Raptors as well as he coached the G League. He coaches Team Canada. He's coached all over overseas. He's just a coaching guy. He's like a coaching savant. He's that kind of guy. He's a coaching junkie. So he's done a great job, and we like to salute Nick Nurse. Congratulations to him. The Raptors next, we have the Boston Celtics. It looks like we're gonna play them next, because they're about to sweep the 76ers, or get the 76ers out of here. The Raptors are currently playing the Brooklyn Nets tonight at 6:30 p.m. So the Raptors are looking like we're gonna have a collision course with Brad Stevens, the great coach for the Boston Celtics, and Nick Nurse, all right? So it's your guy, El Selector. I'm signing out. I got more content coming. Check me out, all right? Peace.